Welcome back to the embedTalk podcast, your companion for practical insights on engineering, tech, careers, and the mindset you need to grow. Every week, we break down real-world concepts and experiences to help you understand, learn, and make smarter choices for your future. In today's episode, we're diving into an important topic, so let's transition into the main conversation, presented in a narrative format designed to help you connect with the ideas more clearly.
Economics? Just a dry academic subject? Think again. Today we're exploring how economists are becoming the secret weapon of modern business strategy, transforming everything from street food pricing to global tech companies.
That's such an interesting perspective. What made you start thinking about this hidden connection between economics and business strategy?
Well, I've been looking at how economists approach problems differently than traditional business experts. You know how a vada pavs seller in Pune and Netflix's pricing team in New York seem totally different? They're actually solving the same fundamental economic puzzles.
Hmm, that's fascinating. How exactly do economists see these connections that others might miss?
Think of it like this. While marketing teams focus on colors and finance people obsess over numbers, economists see the whole puzzle. They understand how changing one piece affects everything else. And here's what's really interesting. Studies show that companies with economists in strategic roles see an average 23% improvement in decision-making outcomes.
You know what strikes me about that? While everyone's been focused on MBA programs, economics has been quietly revolutionizing business strategy behind the scenes.
Exactly. And let me share something surprising. When businesses apply economic principles to pricing strategies, they typically see a 15 to 20% increase in revenue. Take that $9.99 versus $10 pricing. It's not just marketing fluff, it's rooted in prospect theory, showing that people react more strongly to relative changes than absolute values.
That's really interesting. So it's not just about the numbers, it's about understanding human behavior on a deeper level. Precisely. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Behavioral economics has shown that customer loyalty typically kicks in after the seventh interaction with a brand. That's why companies like Amazon and Starbucks design their reward programs around these psychological triggers. Well, that makes me think about how this applies in the age of AI and automation. Wouldn't these technological advances make economic thinking less relevant?
Actually, and this is where it gets really interesting, it's quite the opposite. While AI can process massive amounts of data, it still needs human economists to interpret what that data means. Studies show that companies combining AI with economic analysis make 31% better strategic decisions than those using AI alone.
So they're like the translators between raw data and actionable strategy.
Exactly. And what's even more compelling is how this plays out in different industries. For instance, tech companies with economists on their strategy teams are 40% more likely to successfully predict market trends. They're not just solving today's problems, they're anticipating tomorrow's challenges.
That kind of forward thinking must be incredibly valuable in today's business world. How does their training prepare them for these complex challenges?
Well, modern economics programs combine advanced statistical analysis with behavioral psychology and game theory. What's fascinating is that 78% of Fortune 500 companies now have economists in key strategic roles. That's up from just 30% a decade ago.
Those numbers are pretty compelling. How do you see this trend evolving in the future?
Looking at current trends, we're seeing a 45% annual increase in demand for economists in strategic business roles. And here's something really interesting. Companies with economists in leadership positions are 27% more likely to successfully navigate market disruptions.
So, what you're saying is that economics isn't just about graphs and theories anymore, it's become a crucial tool for business success.
Exactly that. And you know what's really telling? A recent Harvard Business Review study found that businesses using economic frameworks for decision making showed 35% better long term performance compared to those using traditional business approaches alone.
Looking at all this data, it seems like economics has become this powerful secret weapon in business strategy.
You're right, and here's the kicker. Whether you're that vada pavs seller or running a global streaming service, understanding economic principles isn't just helpful anymore. It's becoming essential for survival in today's complex business environment.
So, what's your prediction for the future of business strategy?
Well, looking at current trends, I believe we'll see economics becoming the cornerstone of business strategy. With markets becoming more complex and data-driven, the ability to combine quantitative analysis with behavioral insights will be absolutely crucial. And that's exactly what economists bring to the table.
To this episode of the embedTalk podcast. If you enjoyed today's insights, don't forget to follow or subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Share this episode with someone who might find it useful and help us grow this learning community. For more articles, quizzes, and deep dives into engineering, business, and emerging technologies, visit us at embedTalk.com. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and continue exploring the future with embedTalk.